A quick video today to help you just before the exam, just with a numerical technique or method, if you want to call it that, although not like the nowhere near as complex as the numerical method you have learned in your other courses. Called interpolation. So this helps us basically to answer exam questions when we're looking for sort of questions like find the internal rate of return for a certain equation of value. Equation of value here, you got basically a set of cash flows, and you've got the dates of them, and this equation of value solves the present value of the positives and negatives on either side. And to solve that, you need to find the interest rate, what equates both sides, so the internal rate of return. So the method I use, so 1, initial guess, so say I, that then, and then 2, using the answer from 1, decide a second guess, say J. So what does that mean? Well, so we use I, and we find that the present value of income minus the present value of outgo is greater than 0. Just say 10. So that means we need, so what does that? That informs my number 2 here. So now I say, right, I need, so next guess is J, which is going to be greater than I. We do that, we run that, and we find the present value of income minus present value of outgo at J is less than 0. Say -5. Hurrah! Happy days. Now we can interpolate. So we're looking for the answer X, where the present value of the income minus the outgo is 0. So here we've got, I'm going to go in interest rate order. We said J is greater than I, so I'm going to go I, and put J here. J then comes out at -5, and I comes out at 10. So the method is very simple, and it's just equating ratios. So here it's, say, you can do it either way. We'll do J minus I over -5 minus 10 equals J minus X over -5 minus 0. So everything's known except X, so you can rearrange, solve for X. Very easy. Now, exactly the same technique for extrapolation. Extrapolation. Except the J is here, and then the X is over here. So what would have happened here is, say we had I and 10, and then J and 5 rather than -5. We still want to find X that gives 0. Do our line again. So now we're going to have I here, j here, and x here. This is 0, 5, 10. And you see, once again, we're going to do the same equating ratios. So we'll just put on top here, we'll put x minus I equals 0 minus 10, and then j minus I over that 5 minus 10. You can see again, x is what we solve for. Now, for either of these roots we end up with x. And in questions you can say, I found the root or the internal rate of return, as I earlier talked about, that is x%, something like that. So you can say that and just write it straight down. Or if you want to be really thorough, which is a good thing, you now put x back into the present value of income, present value of outgo, and then see how close to 0 it is. And then you can loop through the process again if you so want. So what is helpful is, if you can keep formulas in your calculator, your Casio calculator, which whatever it is, I forget the name of it. I might have one around here, something like FX85 or something like that. Because not all, as we know from all numerical methods, and more detailed ones such as Newton-Raphson, secant is another one I've used from time to time. I think it's polar method as well, from Muller maybe. But anyway, sometimes they do go awry, not very often, but if you hit a turning point or something like that, you can have all sorts of problems going on. So so really you should go through this check step, really. But usually, if your range between I and j is quite small already, the linear rule, the linear interpolation rule, which we're using here, obviously here we come up with linear ratio in here, is adequate, but just worth saying. So that's it really. People sometimes get thrown when the term interpolation is mentioned in an exam, of a financial maths exam. It threw me when I first heard it, when I started as an actuarial trainee many moons ago at Norwich Union. I hadn't heard it. I'd heard all kinds of numerical methods, and yeah, somebody said, can you just solve this using interpolation? And I sort of had a bit of a panic, really. Then they showed me what it was, and I said, oh, really? Is this what we've got to do? But it is a tried and tested technique, especially for exams. You get marks for it, for the steps. You can speed it up by holding formulas in your calculator as well. So yeah, good luck with the exam. Speak to you soon.